Hey guys, so today's video is going to be an empties video, and the reason I'm filming this in two parts is because I travel back and forth between my mom's house and my boyfriend's house over in the UK. So basically half of my empties are over at his house at the moment, and I don't want to pack these with me when I go back because it's just like packing a bunch of, trash essentially. So I'm filming this as a part one, and then I'll film a second part when I'm over there. This is mostly makeup, but I do have a couple of skincare. I'm not really bothering with the skincare. I mean, I might show it at the end, but I am pretty good at going through my skincare very quickly. Like, I just buy like one of each thing and I use it up, and I only replace it when I finish it. So for me, like finishing up skincare is not necessarily like, very exciting. But when it comes to makeup, that's where I have a little bit more stuff, so that's for me more exciting to see just products getting used up. The first thing that I have here is one of the oldest products in my collection, and this is a MAC blush in the color Margin, but it's completely gone. This was a really nice color. I really loved it. I think an ex-boyfriend of mine bought this for me, which is very cute because I think, if I remember correctly, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday or something, and I had really been wanting this blush, and I think he went into the MAC store completely clueless and just asked for it. So that was very sweet. So yeah, I've had this for probably like 6 or 7 years, but I did use it up earlier this year. I did like it a lot, especially back when it was like newer. Like, it definitely changed with the years. Like, towards the end it was not as pigmented as it used to be. But I'm not really interested in spending that much money on things like blush, because you can get really good alternatives from the drugstore. This is back when there weren't as many makeup brands as there are now, so I do like it, but I don't know if I would buy it again. I would look for something similar though. The next thing I have in here is the NYX Pore Filler Primer. As you can see, I used pretty much everything. This is a dupe for the Professional by Benefit. I think I still like the Professional better. Like, I've only had like a tiny, well, actually I bought a mini Professional once, and then I got a freebie when I bought some other Benefit product. So I've played enough with the Professional to know that I do like it, and this is a nice dupe for it, but I think I still prefer the Professional. I wouldn't buy the Benefit one anymore because, again, it's just too expensive, and I don't even really believe in primer, to be honest. So I do have an e.l.f. one at the moment, which I like. It's like the one that everyone has, the one that everyone loves, the Putty Primer, I think it's called. But yeah, that's like, I think the last primer I'll ever buy, and after that I probably won't bother, because I don't really, with the kind of primers that I buy, like the drugstore ones, I don't really find that it makes a huge difference, so I might as well not buy them. The next thing I have is the Start foundation. It's the Amazonian Clay 12-hour foundation. This was in my project pan video, and the reason why I haven't updated my project pan video is because, again, all my empties are scattered all over the world basically. But I think next year I'm going to do like a more organized project pan and definitely be doing updates and stuff. But I was traveling a lot after I filmed that video. I just didn't have a chance to have everything with me every month to do updates. But yeah, this is the foundation that was in that video, and I have used it up completely now. This actually came in, I think I bought it from QVC, and it was like a brush and the foundation. I was mostly interested in the brush, but it was a good deal, so that's why I bought it. And the foundation has been nice. It's very heavy and full coverage, and I don't really wear foundation, so that's why it lasted me about 2.5 years, I think, because I would only wear it on certain days or as concealer. That's how I was using it up, actually, mostly in the past year. It was this concealer, like mixing it in with some concealers that were maybe too light for me and stuff. But it's finally done, and I'm really happy. I wouldn't buy it because it is quite expensive, and I don't really care for foundations. I barely wear any. And if I do, I have like my drugstore ones. I have a couple of mascaras, and I have more over at my boyfriend's house, so there's gonna be more empties. But at the moment I have the Nars Climax mascara. This was a freebie that I got with a Nars order, and this was okay. To be honest, a lot of people love this mascara. I didn't really love it. I think it was fine, so I would not buy it. It only lasted me a while. For something that I got for free, I got like a few weeks worth of using this, but it's just nothing special. Then I have the Maybelline Colossal mascara, and this one is actually kind of sad because it's not finished, but I retired it because This mascara, the waterproof version of this, I really loved. I mean, I didn't love that it was waterproof, but I bought it for my holiday. We were in Mexico earlier in the year, so I wanted to have a waterproof mascara, and I bought the waterproof version of this, and I loved it. Like it just made my eyelashes look so long and so voluminous. And so when I finished that and when my holiday was over, I wanted to buy the non-waterproof version just for everyday wear. It wasn't the same. There's something in the waterproof one that makes it work better for me. Sadly, I don't want to be wearing waterproof mascara every day. But so I tried this one and it wasn't the same, but I was still, you know, it was still good. Like Maybelline mascaras tend to be pretty good anyway. But the problem with this is that it was a little too wet when I first opened it, so I kind of wanted to let it dry because I thought that would help it look better, because it tends to be that way for me with mascaras. Like, well, I think with most people, like some mascaras definitely like are better when they've been open for a little while. But I think it was Whitney Simmons who, I saw one of her videos, and she was talking about how she likes to leave her mascara open overnight to make them dry out quicker. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I'd never heard of that. And well, I got an eye infection from doing that. I've never done that. Like, I have the thing where, like, you know, you open the mascara and then you close it and then you don't use it for a while. But I had never done the thing where you literally leave it open overnight. And I did it because she was talking about how she did that, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, I had never thought of that. And literally, like, the day after I did that, I got a little, like, I can't remember what they're called. It's not like a major eye infection, but it's like you feel like a little ball under your like lash line. There's a name for it, I can't remember. But I got that, and I haven't had that in ages. Like, I think I remember getting those when I was a kid every once in a while. So I was like, why did I start getting that? And I realized I had done that thing with the mascara, and I was just like, that sounds like I probably, like the mascara was exposed to like bacteria or something from being opened overnight, and that's probably what caused that. So I didn't really want to use it after that because I thought it's probably all infected now. So that's kind of annoying because this was fairly new. I mean, it had already been used for at least a month, but there was a bit of juice left in this. It's just kind of annoying because I don't want to be wasteful like that, but I also don't want to risk, you know, getting an eye infection. I'm just never gonna do that thing again. I don't know why Whitney does that, because it makes sense when I think about it now. Like, that's kind of nasty, but at the time I thought it was a good idea, and I will do anything Whitney Simmons tells me to do. So that was my first mistake. Next thing I have here is the Essence Make Me Brow. This was okay. Like, they only have 2 shades of it. It's not like the best thing in the world, and I didn't really like it at first, but I actually do like it now. They're nice to have if you like a fluffier brow. This, I had to remove the stopper in the end, but once you remove the stopper, it's just a pain in the ass to use, because then you get too much product out, and then you have to be cleaning your brush, and when you can't get any more out with the stopper on it, it's better to probably just leave it at that, because if you remove the stopper, then it's just as complicated to try to use it. For brow products, I have 2 more. This is the Tame and Frame. So one of these I used up at the beginning of the year, probably around February or March or something like that. And then the second one was the one that I used up maybe 2 weeks ago. When I first got into pomade, I would only use pomade on my brow, and if I use it that way, I go through these like every 6 months. But if I use it like how I'm using them now, which is I just used a bit of pomade at the base of my brow, and then I fill in the rest of my brow with a powder, then I don't use as much of it, and they're probably gonna last me like twice as much now. You know, I have gone through like 3 or 4 of these because they're really nice brow pomades and they're affordable. I always get them on sale as well, because if you buy them from Boots, there's always like a buy one get one half off on NYX products and stuff. So, and then the next product is, this is what I'm wearing today actually, but I think it's the last time I'm gonna wear it because it's pretty much dried out at this point. I removed the stopper. This is a lipstick from Smashbox, and it's in the shade Misconduct, and it's just like a really nice vampy red color, and I got it, I think it was around this time last year, and I used it non-stop for like all of the fall and winter months. It was like the only thing I was wearing, so that's probably why I used it up so quickly. So it's been a while since I used it, so in that time I think it really dried out, but there was also not much left in it anyway. But yeah, I used it today. It feels fine. I just feel like there's not a lot of, it looks like there's a lot of product, but a lot of that is just completely dry. It smells fine and everything, but the texture is not right. So I took out this topper yesterday so that I could get the last out of it, and that's what I'm wearing today. But I think this one is just, I'm gonna call it a day. And then the other makeup-ish products that I have, well, it's not makeup, but it's nail polish, and I used up 2 of these. I used up this Essence one, and it's just the white one. And I actually have another one of these because I was really into white nail polish this year. So I went through one whole bottle of it, and then I bought another one, which is still fairly new. Yeah, that was really nice for summer and spring. And then I have the Rimmel London in the shade Black Cherries, which I love, and that's actually what's on my nails today. But this is pretty much all gone, and what's left is very dried out. So I think I'm just gonna keep it for touch-ups, like if my nails tend to chip a little bit, like at the very tip. So I'm gonna keep it around for that. But I definitely don't have enough to do like a full application of all of all 10 nails. It's really quickly, like skincare that I have used up. I used up this Origins Clear Improvement mini mask that I got in a Christmas set last year. So that was really nice. I used up this Revolution Hydration Boost moisturizer, which is really nice. I wouldn't use this in the winter because it's not like thick enough for the winter for me because I have dry skin. But for the summer, this was really nice as a day moisturizer. Yeah, obviously I wear sunscreen over it, but it was really nice for the daytime in the summer and spring, especially when it's really hot. And I would like to keep it in the fridge because since it's kind of like a gel consistency, it's like not like a clear gel type of moisturizer. It's like it's still creamy, but it's like lightweight. And if you keep it in the fridge, it felt so cool. And then I used up, I think 2 of these, but the other one I threw away. These 100% natural deodorant by the brand Sensuals, I think it's called. And it's this one in the mint scent. Looks like the ingredient list is pretty decent. I mean, there is coconut oil in there. I don't know if that's a problem for people. It's not really a problem for me, so I don't really mind coconut oil, especially if it's not in a face product. It has vitamin E, it has a couple of essential oils, which is understandable. I make my own deodorant. Like I will mix like either coconut oil or cocoa butter and essential oils and things like that, and I make my own deodorant. But just because natural deodorant can be a little risky. Like your body can get used to it way more than a store-bought deodorant type of thing. So with natural deodorants, I like to switch it up. So right now I'm using my homemade one, and that's working fine for me. But every once in a while I'll buy something like this where it's like natural, it has nice ingredients, but it's like store-bought. And I'll use that for a while, and then I'll go back to my own deodorant, and like just to keep my body like, you know, on its toes. Like it's not gonna get too used to a particular deodorant. And this was from TK Maxx, so it was already like not the most expensive thing, because natural deodorants can be very expensive, but it wasn't super expensive to begin with, and I got it from TK Maxx, so I think I got it for like £4 or £5. Then the last thing I have is this perfume it's the Nicki Minaj. I think this one is called Pink Friday, and I actually have had 2 bottles of this. This is the first one that I bought and I loved it, and then I bought a bigger one from the perfume shop. The first one, I think this one I got from Boots, and it was the last bottle. I've never seen it again at any Boots or on the website anywhere, because I think I found it just before they discontinued it. And then I found one last bottle of it at the perfume shop, and I bought it. And just like all celebrity perfumes, are pretty affordable. But the problem with these is that I did like the scent a lot when I first bought it. It's like very like tropical. But after a while, I don't know if it just kind of like, again, my body gets used to it, and the chemistry in my body doesn't work with it as well. But now I feel like I can only smell the alcohol in it when I wear it, because I still have a bottle of this left in my boyfriend's house. So I'm gonna go through that. Like I'm gonna use that up, but I wouldn't buy it again. I don't think you can even buy it anymore, but I wouldn't buy it again. It was a nice perfume when I first bought it, but again, I think it changed either with time or just I changed, and it doesn't really work anymore with me because I can only smell the alcohol in it now. But it's a cool bottle. I mean, I really like Nicki Minaj, so it was nice to have. But yeah, it's gone, and I only have a tiny bit left of the other bottle, which I will probably use up when I go back to the UK. But yeah, those are all my empties. As I said, I will have another video going up, like a part 2, where I show some of the other things that I used up this year, and a lot of those are mostly makeup related, I think. I mean, this was mostly makeup, but I think the other ones are only makeup. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.